What up, Fight World? We back. I'm back with some more boxing. Back with some more everything. We working, people. Thank y'all, thank y'all. We just out here grinding. I want to talk about some different things in this boxing world. A lot going on. Is Canelo going to be suspended? We're going to talk about that. We're definitely going to talk about it. What's up, Ego? What up? Shout out Ego, keeping it G. Keith Bones or pretzels. I'm done. I'm done with these comments. Wow, y'all crazy. Man, what's wrong with it? Please like the stream as you guys wait for Ego to get on the topic at hand. Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea. We working, people. Hey, we're gonna talk about some different things. I'm gonna get something to eat, so it's probably not gonna be as long. I've been putting in some work, so we pretty good. We solid, but I want to clear some things up. Give you guys the opportunity to talk this boxing with me, ask questions. I'll try my best to answer. Ego the God, thank you. Yes. Y'all want me to cover that Lotta versus Hurd fight? I got to look at some flights. You killing the game, bro. Well, hit the like button. I'm glad you guys like. Keep up the great boxing news. Damn, y'all hit me up on Twitter. I got to check my Twitter. Scary motherfucker was just pitching baseball. Hey, bro, y'all going in on Thurman. Ego, you speak the truth. Ego for president. We need you in the White House. My brother, shout out. Yeah, I'll be on my Obama shit. Now, what we need is more shooters to police the comment section. I'm just playing. I don't even know how to do an Obama impression. That was my first time, but that was all right. We got a hot seat. We need all the shooters we can get. Yeah, man. Let me be president. I'll be like, new media, killing all you clowns. Ego Sicarios. Pew, pew. Hey, we got the Sicarios, man. They be running too. And my shooters just be like, bang. Oh my God, bang. We be on that Jim Lampley, but we don't be on that Jim Lampley, if you know what I mean. We be bang, bang, bang. Oh my gosh. Let's get it, people. What do y'all want to talk about first? Look, we got a hater. You're weak. Oh, I'm weak, huh? You're weak as hell. Okay. I never said I was strong. I'm weak. I'm 7 days. Do you feel better now? Bro, you can't even spell you are. So, hush. He says, you're weak. You don't even know how to spell you are. You're. Go back to school. Talking about you're weak. Well, your grammar is weak, motherfucker. You don't even know how to spell correctly. How do y'all get accounts? Y'all got enough knowledge to sign up for accounts. Man, they want to hate so bad. Hey, I know y'all want to hate so bad. It's cool. I chose to be the bad guy. Y'all know I chose to be the bad guy. Joshua tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to it. Catch the live stream tomorrow night, Joseph Parker. Your beard game is weak. But you a dude, and you care about what my beard looks like. That's something reserved for the females. You shouldn't be interested in what a man's beard. Why? Listen, y'all are nasty. Y'all got some real life fetish with my beard, and it's scary, very off-putting. Your beard is weak. I've seen much better beards on my men. Whatever. See, they just trying to change the whole tone of the conversation, but we're going to talk about Canelo. I was born. We're going to talk about Canelo, possible suspension. Take your glasses off. Look me in my eyes when you talk to me as a man. Your beard is, oh, shooter, bow, Sicario. I don't know why these dudes try it. I entertain it just because it's entertaining, hopefully, to you guys. And then we right back to the mission at hand. Smash the like button, people. I'm gonna go get something to eat in a little bit, so got a little bit of time to chop it up. Chop it up. Hey, let me chop it up. This dude, look at your beard. I like my boyfriends to have better beards. Sorry, excuse me. Hey, congrats to Kennedy Linder. He been holding down the Ego Army, but in the comment section, but we recently promoted him. Will you eat in the Ego? I don't know, a burger sounds good, so I might go to Five Guys. Pause. I don't know, I'm not sure yet. But nothing, see, sometimes I think about what sounds good, and if I can't find anything that sounds better than what I have in my mind, then I'm gonna just rock with Five Guys. Ego Van Damme. Why did Van Damme just lose it when he couldn't see? At first he like kind of somewhat kept it. And then he was just like, like, hey, bro, you gotta chill. And I like how he felt to see the ref. He felt the robe on the ref to see that it wasn't Bolo. And then he just like safely let the ref. You cannot earn katana sword by stealing. I wasn't going to steal it. You're not gonna call the cops. Not if we make deal. What kind of a deal? Man, I grew up on classic action movies. Classic Stallone, Arnold, Wesley, Jean-Claude, the classics. Van Damme will find any reason in any movie to do the split. What are you doing? Keep going. What are you, hey, I'm a Ego. This is Ego Claude Van Damme. What are you doing? Because of my big legs and karate, I can do the splits. No problem. I never tried Five Guys. It's good. And you can kind of somewhat build, like you put pickles on or onions, mayo on it. Jackie Chan go hard too. Bruce Lee too. That's my dude. Canelo hater. Who hated on Canelo? Shit. Don't blame me. You better blame the Nevada State Athletic Commission. I ain't hating on Canelo. I'm just telling y'all what I think. Lionheart. That's classic. Double Impact is mine. Remember Bolo's like, like, hey, that shit was lightweight scary. He had that fucked up eye. He had that Alaskan Malamute, that one blue eye. He was picking up barrels. Hey. Hey, you know what's a slept on Van Damme movie? Hard Target, where he had the mullet. Hey. They were about to rob this girl at that cafe. Hey, that whole secret was raw. She was like, how's the soup, Chance? A tragedy. The coffee was tolerable, though. And then he was about to rob that girl outside. They were about to rob that girl. Van Damme was like, why don't you take your big stick and your boyfriend and find a boost to catch? You're like, huh, look at this guy. And Van Damme whooped like every dude there. And was clapping. Van Damme was like by shooters. He was just clapping shit. There's a scene of Hard Target. This how, listen. This is how dope Van Damme is. The girl thought he was in the jungle or some shit. And he pulled a snake that was behind her. He pulled it out of the tree. And he was like, yeah. He punched the snake and knocked the snake out. And the snake was like, and she was like, is it dead? Not hardly. Any man that grabs a snake by its head and punches it to knock it up, hey, Van Damme's real. Time cop. Let's stop. Okay, let's get back to boxing before. I've never seen Van Damme. I was born in 1999. I was born in 2006. Shut up. Canelo. I thought you were talking about Van Damme still. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Van Damme was on that Clenbuterol. Yeah. Jean-Claude. They call me Jean. Yeah. Clenbuterol. Hey, that Street Fighter movie was whack as hell. Now, who wants to go home and who wants to go with me? Like, I want to go home. This movie is horrible. This movie's terrible. And I was a big Street Fighter fan of the game. That movie wasn't good. Mortal Kombat 1 was better, but it still wasn't, like the video games went hard. Anyway, you want to talk about Keith Thurman first, or you want to talk about Canelo? I was born ready. What do y'all want to talk about first? I want to talk about y'all hitting that like button. Thurman? Okay, the first two people said Thurman. Let's get it. So, you know, I be citing my sources. I'll be citing my sources. Hold on. Hold your horses. I'll be citing my sources. Let me pull it up. Smash the like button, people. Shout out to ESPN. Keith Thurman injures hand, May 19th fight at Barclays Center is off. And that's ESPN. They've heard from whatever source close to the situation that he's injured. Now, let me see if I can pull it up while we're waiting. I was just asking on my Twitter, to all my Twitter fans or whatever, if you follow me. If not, follow me at Boxing Ego, right? I said, who is Keith Thurman fighting? Because it's the end of March, because my birthday is at the end of the month. My birthday was on March 25th, right? It's the end of the month. We're approaching April, and I haven't heard anything about who Keith Thurman is fighting. So I was like, damn, who's Thurman going to be fighting? You know what I mean? Here, I found the tweet. Didn't take too long. I posted this on my birthday, March 25th. And I said, it's almost April and Keith Thurman slated to return May 19th and there's no word on who he's fighting. LOL. I'm so curious who he'll pick, since he said probably not someone in the top 10. Who should he fight, since he said it won't be Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia next? Hashtag Boxing Ego. Listen. And people wonder why new media. Look, this was well before ESPN published this article about him being injured. I knew something like that didn't really seem right. They announced, because I got invited to the Showtime thing in New York for it was called Boxing Up Front. Showtime sent me an email, say, hey, Boxing Ego Media, we're having this big reveal and you're invited. The only reason I didn't go is because I was getting over being sick, as I mentioned to you guys, in January. And I didn't really want to go to New York, fly from California to go to New York for one day. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't feeling it. You know what I mean? Going for a fight week is different because I'm at least going to be there a couple of days. You know what I mean? But I'm not trying to mess up time zones and stuff for one day. So I decided not to go. But I watched it. They live streamed it on Showtime's thing. And that was in January. And Keith Thurman was there. He was holding his belt. And that's where he says, not going to happen, baby. 2018, not going to happen. Right? So to me, it felt a bit weird that we were approaching April and we still hadn't heard who Keith Thurman would be fighting. Meanwhile, this is the other thing. See, and people wonder why new media and Ego's Army keep climbing up. Check the numbers, people. Men lie, women lie, don't. People get mad. You're weak. Your beard sucks. But does the channel suck? Do these paychecks suck? Or the super chats suck? Is the amount of people commenting sucking? You know what I'm saying? Pensacola, we talk tonight. You know what I mean? And this is why we kind of stay ahead of the curve, to be honest. Because it's like forward thinking. I told you, before I even knew anything about this injury, it seemed kind of weird. You got to also look at it, just put 2 and 2 together. Just like this Eddie Hearn, Wilder, Joshua situation. We're going to find out a lot tomorrow. Believe that. And I'm going to leave that at that. We're going to find out who's what and what's what and what people's future plans are tomorrow. But aside from that, you look at it, and who could Thurman fight on May 19th? Broner's booked. Omar Figueroa is allegedly hurt. Errol Spence is probably, he said he's not fighting Spence anyway. Danny Garcia just fought, and he said he's not fighting anyone top 10, so you got to take out Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence. Jesse Vargas is fighting Broner April 21st, so he can't fight in May. Diego Chavez, he already beat him and he got knocked out. Jamal James has his own fight, the guy that knocked out Diego Chavez. Josecito Lopez, I think, just got booked for a fight. Robert Guerrero retired. Keith Thurman already beat him. Sammy Vasquez, I don't even know where he's been since the Collazo knockout. Collazo's been kind of quiet, but Thurman already has a win over him. Tim Bradley retired. Pacquiao's probably fighting Matisse, they say. So it's like, these are the top. Devin Alexander, maybe. Victor Ortiz, maybe. Amir Khan has his own fight with Phil LeGrec. You know what I mean? So the names are like dwindled down. There's not that really many people I could think of that he would fight by May 19th on that particular date. You know what I'm saying? And now it's coming out he's injured. Some people, they're like, strip him. Because like the thing that looks bad for Keith Thurman, and I'm not trying to like kick a man while he's down, but it's like, it seems like it's always something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to fight Sean Porter. Oh, I'm in a car wreck. Okay, things happen. You got in a car wreck. Then you actually fought Sean Porter, Fight of the Year candidate. Then you don't fight anymore that year, and that fight was in the summertime, like June or something. You don't fight for the remainder of the year. Then you fight Danny Garcia, which people anticipated unification. Handle that. Then you don't fight for the rest of the year. Then you come out later in the year, say, with pictures of your elbow, like, hey, my elbow, I have bone spurs, so I'm gonna get surgery on it. And I got married, and then okay, he got married and he had this elbow surgery, taking some time off. Saddam Ali's been fighting at 54, and he has a fight with Liam Smith that's already coming up, so that wouldn't work either. Elbow injury, got married, and then I see him in Nepal. You know what I mean? Street fighting. I'm like, whatever. He says he's not fighting Errol. Not gonna happen, baby. He said he's not fighting no one top 10. He's rumored to fight Jesse Vargas, right? Then Vargas comes out like scolding him, like, oh, if you're a champion, just give up your belt. Stop, like, he basically said, stop holding him hostage or whatever. He was trying to fight me, and then when it came down to it, he didn't really want to fight me. And then now, bro, see, like, look at it. I kept saying that this. And y'all wonder why Ego's Army is getting stronger. Remember, for my real fans, remember when I said, whether you like Broner or hate him, he's down to scrap with anybody. I said this. I predicted this shit. I told you. I said, I don't care about grabbing a chick. Huh? That's Broner's new shit. Huh? He just be saying, huh, when you interview him. Hey, Broner, Jesse Vargas, what do you feel about, huh? Like, tell us about that 25 ace here, huh? That's what Broner be doing. But anyway, huh? I told y'all, I predicted this. I said, no matter what you feel about Broner as a person, whether you like his personality, you want to say, oh, me done or whatever, he's down to scrap. You can't take that away from him. I don't care. Listen, I am very fair on the channel, in my opinion. I feel I'm very fair because I wouldn't think like I think if I felt I was doing something foul, right? But the proof is in the pudding. What I'm saying is true. Whether you like Broner or don't like him, don't like his personality, want to bring up Maidana for no reason, or Sean Porter lost, or Mikey Garcia lost, it doesn't take away from the fact, it doesn't take away from the fact that Broner is clearly down to scrap. He had already lost to Maidana. He's an A-side. He didn't have to fight Sean Porter when he fought Sean Porter. He could have fought the Carlos Molinas and Khabib, Alex Verdilla, but he fought Sean Porter, a dangerous fight, and lost. He fought Mikey Garcia, right? Coming off a Garcia loss where he didn't look sensational, right? He's fighting Jesse Vargas. He fought Adrien Granados before Sean Porter, who had knocked out Amir Imam. You know what I'm saying? This dude is down to scrap. He called out Matisse, and Matisse never accepted. He said he no longer has a belt. Why should I be interested in him? That's up to Matisse and his team to have called Broner's bluff if you didn't think Broner really wanted that action with him because another Argentina fighter beat him in Maidana. Broner is clearly down to scrap. There's no one that can convince me other, even to a fault. Even if it makes more sense to fight somebody that might be lesser, he's not doing that. So you got to give Broner props for that, because Keith Thurman has 2 belts that he's occupying in the division, and he has more welterweight power, I would say. Good technique, good style, and he didn't want to fight Jesse Vargas in his fight back. Meanwhile, Broner's coming off of a loss. They're like, I've already seen it. People are like, man, if Broner loses to Jesse Vargas, where is he going to go from there? You know what I mean? This is a dangerous fight. Same thing with Omar Figueroa. He was down to fight him. Like, Broner is down to scrap. Those are both dangerous fights, because name somebody whose career went upward after taking 2 back-to-back losses in recent boxing memory. I'll wait. Name somebody who lost 2 times in a row and their careers went up, especially to separate people. Because you can't even say Kovalev, because to me his career hasn't went up. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He fought for a vacant title, but he beat Shabransky. Then he beat Igor Mikhalkin. You know what I mean? Marcus Brown is going to be his first significant kind of test where, like, okay, we can give you some credit for that win. You know what I mean? Because Brown has never been stopped. He's undefeated. He's young, athletic, strong, right? Amateur pedigree, Olympian. That's a good fight. It's an underrated fight, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? People's career in boxing, this ain't UFC where you have 11 losses and fans are like, yeah. You know what I mean? Broner is taking dangerous fights after dangerous fights. Granado, all of them shits was dangerous. So you got to give props where props are due. And like I said, Keith Thurman has 2 of the belts, and he's not. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to fight Jesse Vargas. That's a reality of it. Yo, we got almost 200 people in the chat. We got to get these likes up. It's just a must. Like I said, if you guys really enjoyed the live streams, which it sounds like, because we always get a good amount. LOL, you saying some real shit, Ego. Hopefully. It sounds like you guys enjoyed the live stream, because the commentary, the comments are always flowing. But we got to get the likes. That's part of, especially for live stream videos particularly, that's part of the criteria to get front page and get more people in the live streams. Because the reason it's so important for live, because like on other videos, I don't keep saying throughout the video to live stream. The reason it's so important on the live stream is because it's more of an interactive. This is live. This is happening in the moment. So I think it's the algorithm weighs it a little bit different versus another type of video. Gang. Oh, we didn't do a roll call. Let's do a roll call real quick. Hey, let's get the likes up while we're doing the roll call. City, state, zip, where you guys from? I'm gonna drink some water and then let's go. What up, bro? Raul, what's good? We just working. We talking boxing. we have some jokes, but we still talking. Toledo and Oakland, London, UK, North Hollywood, LA, 626, Puerto Rico, Memphis, Tennessee, Victorville, California, 760, Pittsburgh, Philly, Cleveland, Carolina, Chicago, Garfield Park Boxing, 215, Philly, Detroit, Seattle, the town, Inglewood, Bronx, New York City, Pomona, Tri-City, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, North Carolina, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Sacramento, Jersey City, Los Angeles, Toledo, Ohio. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? I'm killing it today. Y'all slow. Iowa, Jackson, Mississippi, Michigan, Inland Empire, California, Brooklyn, Odessa, Texas, Phoenix, 602, Fort Pierce, Florida. See, I'm fasting y'all today. New Jersey, let's get it. Lawrence, Mass. These live chats be smooth Los Angeles, Vegas. I'll be in Vegas next week. Y'all want me to cover Lara Heard? Okay. Sonora, Bronx, Southern Cali, Fort Lauderdale, 954, BX, North Carolina. Let's get it, man. We worldwide. We didn't get that many UKs today. I like to see some UK love up in it, but we still working though. We still riding. Waco, North Carolina, Rhode Island, home of Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, U.S. Olympian, 401 Vegas, D.C. Hollywood. So let's continue. Los Angeles. Listen, people. UK's mad at you? Why? Because I want to see a good fight? That sounds silly. Listen, I used to live in the UK, so I told you I'm day walker. Frost. The UK can't be mad at me. I'm a part of the UK. I used to live there in England. I lived in Suffolk, mate. You know, I mean, this was when I was younger, so I don't know all the get banged. Your bum drop. Your bum drop. I didn't know that. I don't remember that. I don't remember them saying that when I was there. Mom, could I have a biscuit? It makes my mouth water. It's got butter inside. Your bum drop. Your bum drop, mate. Hey, I don't know about no bum drop. Hey, UK got a lot of folks there. They got some people checking for Josh Kelly, Anthony Yard, AJ's a beast. Tyson Fury, I think he needs to hurry up and come back. He's talking about taking the tune-up and then taking Shannon Briggs in September. They got fish and chips. That is delicious, too. I didn't watch the whole Wilder Breakfast Club, but I did see some of it. Wilder said he really trying to injure a man, like catch a body, like for real. Like, damn. Ego's favorite fighter, UK fighter, is Kell Brook. So basically, I got the chocolate brownie. Me and my team in my way. I'm at my way. I like Kell. I see. This is what I'm saying. People always assume because I speak honestly that I hate different fighters. Like if I'm saying something about Canelo, they think I hate him. But then when I pick him to beat Golovkin, then I hate Golovkin. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't. Basically, you know what I'm saying? You can't please everybody. One of my favorite fighters of all time, and I've said this time and time again since I started the channel because it's true. Prince Naseem Hamed from the UK. I don't care where you're from. You could scrap, and that's what it is. Prince Naseem was my dude. Nobody had ring interests like his. Damn, I look good, Larry. You know what I'm saying? He's swagged out. I like that. He's like, I don't want to hurt them boys. Damn, I look good, Larry. That man said, I pray to Allah that Allah blesses him. Damn, I look good, Larry. Like, damn, he was swagged out. Shout out to the Prince. Hey, Marco Antonio Barrera got him, though. He got him. I wish he didn't retire shortly after that. You the man, you keep it 100% real. Not everyone knows boxing. See, I appreciate that, but I respect boxing. And no, I respect boxing. I respect boxing. Some of the other guys, nah, not so much. The clowns, like, I respect. Some of the other, some guys, tick, tick, tick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect, because I respect these fighters. You know what I'm saying? Big drama. I like big drama. You know what I mean? I respect the guys. Some of the other channels, nah, it's tick, tick, tick. I'm like, you respect, why are you mocking Golovkin? Yo, I do everybody, see, dudes be so weird. Somebody was like, they only got mad when I was doing Pacquiao. Like, you're making fun of Pacquiao, but they're like, you never make fun of black voices. What are you talking about? I do Floyd Mayweather, Broner. I start off almost every Broner voice. Ah, man, you know, AB, algebra books, Auntie's bacon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always do that. But people have selective hearing. I do Pacquiao. I'm an actor.
I do believe I have my fight with Lucas Matisse. And after we pray to the Lord. The Lord bless our shoulders. In the Matisse fight, I pray him shoulder is blessed with salt water.
I gotta hit y'all with that Jay-Z laugh. Oh my gosh.
Lucas Matisse in the upcoming fight in Malaysia. I want both of our shoulders to be able to throw the punch.
Like, what are you talking about?
The $3 shot on my shoulder.
Oh, I cracked myself up. Fuck y'all. And then y'all be encouraging it, which makes it worse. Do a whole live in the Pacquiao way. Like, I'm not doing all that.
What's up, Fight World? I want to say, I love lumpia, and I used to sell donuts. I sold donuts in Manila to get extra pay.
We just have fun in this game. If you love your job, you never have to work a day in your life. Remember that.
I want to thank. Hold on. What is he saying? I want to thank the Lord and my Savior, Jesus Christ.
Hey, Pacquiao was tripping on that face-off when he was fighting Bradley. Man, some people, like, I don't like when people, like, I have a belief system. That's all you guys really need to know. But I'm not overly religious. You know what I mean? I'm not, like, super religious like some people, like Pacquiao. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, he was doing the face-off, and he was like, Matthew 23:12, for those who exalt themselves, they will be humbled. Timothy Bradley. Like, what? Man, I was saying Bible quotes and stuff to Bradley. He said he's about to be exalted or something. Like, oh shit, Bradley, you about to get exalted over this rate. He about to exalt. When's the last time someone just said you about to be exalted? Like, what the fuck? You about to get in a fight in the bar? Come on, I'll meet you as high. You will be exalted. Like, oh shit, you try to exalt me, motherfucker. Oh my gosh, shout out to Pacquiao.
You humble yourself or you'll be exalted in front of all these people. Like, damn.
He lost his Nike sponsor. That had nothing to do with that face-off. That was because he was talking about the BLT community or whatever, the LG 3G or whatever this shit's called. LGTB, whatever. That's why he got a Nike deal. Them BLTs was on him.
Bacon, lettuce, tomato. We don't like what you said about the gays.
Pacquiao was tripping though. Like, like, oh my gosh. Pacquiao is so religious that, like, you ask him a direct question about you gonna fight Crawford or something, and he beats around the bush. Like, hey Pacquiao, you gonna fight Terrence Crawford next? It's up to my promoter, Bob Adam. Like, you no straight answer. But like, hey Pacquiao, what do you feel about gay people?
Kill them all. I believe the gays are worse than animals. And you get that 12 gauge, the shotgun.
Like, damn, Pacquiao, like, chill.
They should be sentenced to death.
Like, bro, you cannot. You gotta get a PR team. You can't be saying stuff like that, Pac. You can't be saying that. You can't be, you can't be saying stuff like that. How you gonna just call a group of people worse than animals? Hey, Pacquiao got no chill for that. That's crazy. Like, what if he said that about, like, black people or Jewish people?
The blacks, they're worse than animals. bunch of monkeys. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't be just. All the Jewish people, they are worse than. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't just say shit like that. Not in this society. Thurman will be back. Well, I mean, when? See, okay, let's talk about Thurman again. See, this is the thing. Thurman, he had a great sales pitch. Why the shades all the time? Why do you care all the time? That's the better question. Why do you care what? You know what I'm saying? Why? We're trying to talk boxing. Listen, Keith Thurman, right? He had a good sales pitch. And he was like, Errol Spence, not gonna happen, baby. Not gonna happen, baby. 2018, not gonna happen. Okay, cool. I'm not fighting no one in the top 10. This is our get back year. This is a get back year. Well, when you gonna fucking get back? Like, if you hurt again, like, when's the get back? Keith, Chief Keith, we talking, like, I'm not trying to roast like that, but you talking about as a get back year, you gotta get back. It kind of defeats the whole purpose if you don't get back. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, sorry. He said, I want to fight 2 times a year, it's our get back year, but there ain't no get back. Pushback, you should have said, oh, 2018, this is our pushback year, baby. That would have made more sense because you're pushing your shit back. You're supposed to be here May 19th. It's supposed to be a get back. Unless you were talking about like a ludicrous, like, get back, like that type of get back. I didn't think you meant that. When you said it was a get back year, I thought you meant like, you back on your one time. You about to, oh, one time. Y'all must have forgot. That's the type of get back. I didn't think it was a throw them bow, get back, move, bitch. Get out the way. If you see me on the highway, get the fuck out of. I didn't think it was like, get back, like you just gonna push your date all the way back. Keith Thurman pushed his date back like Crawford pushed Lundy out the frame. Like Keith, what you think about the May 19th fight? Get off me, son. Get off me. Get off me. So that didn't make sense. He said he wants to fight 2 times a year. Good luck. If it's the 5th month of the year, May, and it was mid-month, May 19th. Bad luck, that's all. But honestly, at one point do you have to be like, you're supposed to fight Sean Porter, then you had bad luck with the car accident, then you had rescheduled that fight. Then you fought Danny Garcia and still fought 1 time a year because you wanted to get married, and then you had bone spurs. Then you say you were gonna fight, he was supposed to fight in like January or February. It was being reported last year, and then they pushed it back to like May. Now you have a hand injury. You know what I'm saying? Like Keith Thurman, not even like Dave Hay. At least David Hayes is a bit older than Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? And he's a cruiserweight that moved all the way to heavyweight. So maybe his body's breaking up because he's older and he's in a dangerous division. You know, and he was retired for 3 years. Keith Thurman hasn't retired for 3 years. So why is his body breaking up like this, just out of nowhere? I mean, guys who punch and guys who are fast like Keith Thurman, they do get hand injuries sometimes. But it's like, this stagnates the whole division. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people, it's not fair. Like, you got people like Errol Spence. And he's like, DeSoto, Texas, man down. Man down. Like, you know what I'm saying? He really wants to. And see, the worst part about boxing, sometimes, and I hate to be like this, it's the fans. Because the fans are going to make certain things, like if they like Thurman better than Spence, they're going to be like, but Spence ain't fought no one. He fought Kell Brook after Golovkin fucked him up in his eye. And boom. But then fights can't be had that would give Spence clout. If you know what I'm saying, they act like, oh, Spence is clout chasing, but he needs those fights. You know what I mean? To beat Danny Garcia and to beat Keith Thurman or beat Crawford, those are the types of fights that'll catapult him to the next level if he can beat those guys. You get what I'm saying? I'm not doing any more 7 reasons or Broner predictions, I guess you could say. I'll still do 7 reasons maybe. It's a matter of time, but I told you I'm not predicting Broner fights anymore. Cause I don't know. I never know. I'm gonna watch him as a fan. Cause I don't know what Broner's talking about, like performance-wise.
But yeah, it sucks because people will hold his resume against him, like for guys like Spence, like, oh, blah, blah. But you know he's pushing for these fights. Same thing with Wilder. People, oh, Wilder fights bums. He's trying to fight Joshua. He's not no bum. He's clearly not no bum. But people are trying to get in the way and prevent the fight, prolong the fight. Damn ego, I almost feel bad for Canelo. You gotta be responsible for what goes in your body. You know what I'm saying? You know what? And I said this before, but one thing that does seem kind of fishy with the whole Canelo situation. Oh shit. Damn, I got something on my toe. But anyway, one thing that does sound fishy for the Canelo situation is this. He's from Mexico, for starters. And they said, the Golden Boy was like, they made the point, and they made me think. They said, oh, Canelo's passed 65 drug tests in the last 5 years or whatever number it was. So you know the routine. You know what they're checking for. You know the drill. And it's like, I know he had to have went to Mex because I've seen him. I follow him on social media. He had to be in Mexico at some point in the last 5 years because that he was posting about it. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, you didn't fail none of those drug tests. And that's what the circumstantial evidence is. Now you're fighting a dangerous foe like Golovkin, moving up in weight. You know what I mean? Did you decide to get some kind of unfair advantage? Because like I said, I know he's been in Mexico in the past 5 years. You know what I mean? He didn't fail none of those drug tests, but then you take a dangerous fight that you really can't afford to lose because the vacating of the belt and stuff like that. So, and then now that's conveniently when you fail, you know what I mean? So it's possible that it's the tainted meat and that happened, and that's just horrible luck, you know what I mean? The luck of the draw, but you know what I mean? That's why people have this circumstantial evidence and they're holding Canelo's feet to the fire because it does look suspicious, you know what I mean, to a degree. Like I said, he didn't fail in 65 tests, like Golden Boy saying. He didn't fail for 5 years, but then now he randomly failed from eating the meat. Like, so he didn't eat meat when he was in Mexico another other time. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no telling. Like Drake said, ain't no telling. Yeah. But I heard like they're talking about Spike O'Sullivan versus Triple G. That's not the ticket. Listen, you can't go from Canelo Golovkin grudge match to Spike O'Sullivan because Spike O'Sullivan lost to Billy Joe Saunders already, and he's Billy Joe Saunders' sparring partner, and he beat Antoine Douglas. So I'm not convinced at all that he could really. He seems cool. He seems like you know what I mean. He looks like Bronson, Tom Hardy in Bronson, but I'm not sold on that fight. I'm not sold that he even has a shot against Golovkin like that. You know what I mean? He lost to Eubank too. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like that, I'm not trying to see that. And it's aside from that, is you don't have the star power on top of anything else. That's a bad match. They better try to go to. They gotta go through like Demetrius Andrade. Y'all want to see what Andrade put about fighting Golovkin? We got to get the lights up to 150. Listen, we got, because I'm on a timer. We got to be at like 160 to 175 likes pretty soon because I'm about to get out of here if we can't hit our numbers. But I'll show you what Demetrius Andrade what he just posted. Ego, you working hella hard, bro. Easy work. Andrade, it would be an honor to be able to share the ring with Triple G. I made the move to middleweight to test my skills and talents against the best. Triple G is the unified champ at 160, and I want this fight. Move out of the way, Canelo. Time for Boo Boo to shock the world. Verified Demetrius Andrade account. All right. I want this fight. Much better fight than the Gary Spike O'Sullivan. Like I said, he lost to Billy Joe Saunders, and he's his sparring partner. And he got stopped by Chris Eubank Jr. That Boo Boo fight sounded kind of right. And Boo Boo looks like he's already in shape, stays in shape. He's a U.S. Olympian. I'd much rather. Boo Boo getting KO'd. Oh, well, he's never been KO'd, so let's see it. Some of y'all don't know shit about boxing. It's just straight up. It's the best way to know beating around the bush. Some of y'all don't know shit about boxing. Period. I'm not saying it's impossible for Andrade to get knocked out, but I'm just saying you guys say it like it's so easy and it's just so matter of fact. Danny Jacobs has been stopped before. Shout out to my dude Brownsville. BK never ran, never will. You know what I'm saying? And he has like kind of a similar approach. You know what I mean? And he didn't get knocked out when y'all said he was going to get knocked out. So I'm not convinced that Andrade would get knocked out. You know what I mean? Put it this way. The bottom line is this. Triple G ain't knocked out his last 3 opponents. He knocked out Kell Brook, yes, so it's a technical knockout because his team threw in the towel. But that was a welterweight, first of all. Second of all, when I'm talking about, I mean like where he was in like real, his eye looked like it was bothering him because he kept going like this and like pawing at it and stuff like that. I'm talking about like just like Wilder versus Luis Ortiz, where it's like, man, this man is done for. You know what I'm saying? And he damn sure didn't do that to Jacobs. He knocked him down, caught him in transition along the ropes. I was at that fight, knocked him down. Canelo, he never knocked down. And that's a guy coming up from 54, just like Andrade. But Andrade, listen, Canelo is a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. But Canelo has slow-ass feet. He has hand speed and a fast thinking mind. Like, you know what I mean? When he be on the ropes and shit. Like, but he's not fast overall. Like, his hands are fast. His feet aren't fast. Andrade has all of that. And he's taller than Canelo. And he's a southpaw unlike Canelo. And Canelo didn't get knocked out. So for you to just be like, Andrade's getting knocked the fuck out. Like, okay, let's see it. See, this is what I'm talking about with ManFan. Let's see it. If he gets knocked out, I'll give Triple G props. Because he ain't knocked nobody out in his last 2 fights. You know what I'm saying? You knock out a U.S. Olympian that's taller than you, that's rangy, that can fight multitudes of ways. Let's see it. LSI. Y'all just rather type it, but y'all won't push for this shit. That's the worst part about the boxing fans. They'd rather just type it. That's why we came out with the moniker, the mantra. Let's see it. LSI. Because you guys would rather just tell me about, oh, Andrade's getting destroyed. I could type too, but I'm trying to see it. He's saying I want the fight. Canelo might get X'd out of the fight, X-nay on the Canelo fight. So let's see it. It's a better fight than Spike O'Sullivan. But this is what the fans do. And this is why Ego Army is impacting the game. Because, first of all, Golovkin, it's not his fault that he's not getting to fight Canelo if that's what happens. I will be fair in that. But you know the better fight is Andrade over Gary Spike Sullivan. But then people would be like, oh, Andrade will get knocked the fuck out. Edeslani Lara will get destroyed by Golovkin. But then they never want to see it. You know what I'm saying? They would rather justify him fighting Gary Spike O'Sullivan, who has 2 losses, 1 by stoppage, to every elite name that he fought or big name, he lost to him. Period. Chris Eubank and Billy Dos Santos. So beating Antoine Douglas doesn't change that. Off of that one, because Antoine Douglas was a prospect who got stopped by Curtice, and he never really amounted to what people projected him to do. You know what I'm saying? So again, if Jacobs and Canelo can go 12, then I'm not convinced that Triple G absolutely would knock him out. Like, if he gets you hurt, then he can knock you out. But let's see it. And Andrade's a southpaw who's taller. But once again, people rather do this or do this. I would not be surprised if Andrade took all the belts against Triple G. That's what I'm saying. They don't want to see it. Look. And I've seen him spar before. See, I'm not just jawsing. Look, he's tall, rangy, confident. Look, I don't know how tall that dude is next to him, but look, he's a pretty tall dude. Confident. Been to the Olympics. Willing to test himself. Boo Boo versus Triple G, ped free. What's Clenbuterol? Hashtag clean athlete. Speed kills. Hashtag the takeover team Andrade.
$5 super chat, Demetrius Barnes. Thank you, $5. It says, would anyone watch if Triple G fought anyone else? Yeah, but it depends who that person is. You know what I'm saying? Rangy dudes normally got heat on them punches. Yeah, man. Like I said, I've seen the guy spar, and he's no joke in there. Ask Troy King. Troy King sparred him. I watched the whole thing. Actually, it's up on the channel. But I didn't even film every single ounce of it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, Troy was telling me like he's like kind of elusive, the way he's like moving, and like he's very comfortable in there. That's a great way to put it. Anyway, I'm about to get something to eat. Let's see it. And like I said, for the fans, don't just say Spike O'Sullivan is a great fight, knowing you don't want to see that, and then have the nerve to say Andrade gets knocked out. But he's calling for the fight. He's stepping up to the plate. Same with Derevyanchenko, which are both better fights. Derevyanchenko versus Golovkin is a better fight from what I've seen of Derevyanchenko. Same with Andrade. Those are better fights for last minute than Spike O'Sullivan. So don't just say Triple G kills all these guys and then not push for the fight. Precisely. Andrade is hard to hit and counters well. Exactly. Man, I was another person I watched spar live is Willie Nelson. And he's tall. He's like 6'3.5", 6'4". And he was physically bigger and taller with an amateur pedigree from the Midwest, because he's from Cleveland. And the Midwest has killers. Like, they have a good boxing program. And what's it called? I've seen Willie Nelson. He has power. He's big. And the way Andrade fought him was like risky. He came out round one very confident and assertive. So don't just tell me so-and-so is getting knocked out. That's what I'm saying. People are still on what HBO says. You got to learn to appreciate the sweet science of boxing beyond what you just hear. Shout out to Big Time with the $10 super chat. He said, I always enjoy your content. Worth paying for. Ego on demand coming soon. We getting it. It sounds like y'all want me to go cover Lada versus Hurd. I got confirmation that they approved me for the credentials, so young credentials. I'll go cover that if y'all want. Y'all want that coverage. Just make sure y'all, hopefully y'all appreciate what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Investing time into my brand, money, you know what I'm saying? Different things like that. We working. I really want the best for boxing and for the Eagle Army family. But oh yeah, I'm about to go get something to eat, but let me just talk about Canelo. This is the danger of the Canelo fight. First of all, Canelo was supposed to have a hearing on April 10th. I'm gonna get it. Listen, I'm gonna get everything out real quick about this Canelo situation, why it looks like it actually is in danger. And then if you guys have some brief questions, then I'll try to go over that if I didn't cover it. Fair? If you guys think that's fair, just put hell yeah in the comment section. I'm gonna go over what I know or what I've read and of my understanding of the situation with Canelo possibly getting suspended. And then if you guys have questions after, then you can ask, okay? So, my understanding is this. We all know Canelo failed for 2 separate drug tests. I don't think they've checked his B sample, but in most cases that I've seen, unless there's some kind of clerical lab error, your B sample, if your first sample A and 2 separate tests have failed for Clenbuterol, then there's a high probability that you have to pay. I think you have to pay for the B sample to get tested, for one. So you're wasting your own money for the most part, unless you really believe that you don't have this in your system. You know what I mean? Because the A and B sample are collected the same day. So if Canelo failed on February 17th, that's 2 separate dates. So that means there's 2 B samples that I think he would have to pay for to have them tested. You get what I'm saying? So the fact that you tested positive for Clenbuterol 2 separate dates, the B sample probably won't save you, because that's probably beyond a lab error. So from what we know, Canelo had Clenbuterol in the system on more than one occasion. Then it cleared up. Like it wasn't in the system anymore. Cool. But this was after it was in the system. The Nevada State Athletic Commission said he has a hearing April 10th.
and there's a temporary suspension. Then it just came out a couple of days ago that they canceled the April 10th hearing, and they're ready to move forward with more so the sentencing, like the disciplinary action, what's going to happen, right? Canelo's team has an opportunity to, I guess, kind of appeal and still have the April 10th date. But again, you probably have to pay for those resources. And there's a clause in the actual 8-page complaint from the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and it's all the professional jargon, and it's basically saying if you have something that's illegal, a banned substance, whether you took it willfully, if you ingested it on accident, if you did it on purpose to gain some edge, it sounds like you're guilty no matter what, because you're responsible, you know what I mean, for what's in your body. That's the way I interpret it. You know what I mean? It's in your body, so you're held responsible for it. That's not looking good for Canelo, because that means even if you ate it in the meat, or you took it, obviously, if you just took it, like inhaled it or whatever, pill form or whatever, then you're responsible because it's in your body. That's what it sounds like. Shout out to Dr. Mofongo. Negligence gets you nowhere. Great way. The black channels, they all talk Clenbuterol. That's what it sounds like. So, to give you guys an example, if I'm speeding on the freeway and I never seen any freeway sign that said 65 miles per hour, and then I'm doing 85 miles per hour, and I'm like, oh, hey, I'm from Germany, and that's how it is back home. We have that causeway, and you can go whatever. The cop's still gonna give me a ticket. You know what I mean? Because the rules are rules, and despite me knowing and me being negligent and not knowing the speed limit, it's my duty to know. That's kind of what it sounds like. So April 18th, they're going to decide and formally announce what they're going to do. So also, Canelo is, for a first-time offender, for failing a drug test like this, right? First-time offender is a minimum 1-year suspension. The minimum that they would give you for a first-time offender of like a failed PEDS test when sentencing is a 1-year suspension. The minimum. You guys know minimum, right? But they do have something where it sounds like prison, where if you're in jail and your minimum sentence was 25 years, but you've been cleaning up the kitchen, you haven't been fighting with other inmates or cellmates or the guards or whatever, and you've been on great behavior, you can maybe get out a little bit early on good behavior. It sounds like they have something like that where he can, at best, serve a 6-month suspension instead of the full year. He could do a 6-month suspension for good behavior. Like if he agrees to, I don't know because I don't work for them, but I would imagine it's probably something like if he agrees to random testing in the next, like whenever they want to come and stuff like that, then, and he maybe has to take a course or pay whatever fine, and if you do your due diligence there, that's your good behavior, and then they'll cut it in half to 50% served or whatever, and at best 6 months. So either way, it's not looking good, because that means he wouldn't even be eligible to fight until probably like September again. So it still makes the Mexican Independence Day holiday, but it's not looking good, people. And I was one of the first people that, oh, the fight's still gonna go on. But between them refunding tickets, all these guys jumping in, stepping up, saying they want to fight, it sounds like something's going on. And then the verbiage in the 8-page, you got it, ESPN has it posted, the 8-page. It specifically says whether you knowingly or unknowingly take something, it's in your system, and it could have caused harm against your opponent, your combatant, blah, blah, blah. That's not sounding good, because now it sounds like you're guilty of negligence or you were doing something dirty. Either way, we got to punish you accordingly. And I don't know too many cases. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to act like the Supreme Court justice or something, but I don't know too many cases. Shout out to Money Powell, very excellent add-on. HBO suspending the promotion of the fight. That's what I'm saying. So HBO not promoting the fight, that's a huge, something's up, you know what I mean? Like they're not even. That means whatever that their knowledge is probably not looking good enough. Whatever they've been told is not looking good. They might know. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's a way the Nevada State Athletic Commission can reveal it to a network. I don't know the details like that. But if they suspended promotion and didn't promote, then that's stupid. Because what is HBO going to do? Drop a 24/7 in the face-off on April 19th, the day after the hearing? Like, let's hypothetically say Nevada State Athletic Commission says, oh, Canelo, you're free to go. Don't do it again. Then promotion is just going to start April 19th for a May 5th fight. It sounds like the fight's getting fucking canceled. That's bottom line. Like, I'm not trying to be all beat around the bush and professional. Oh, well, technically, you know, you could circumvent and the chain of appeals. And like, it sounds like this shit's getting canceled. Period. And I didn't believe that at first, but that's what it's sounding like. I mean, just look at the warning sign. And see, I know something else too that I can't really say. But I talked to some people in Vegas that are putting on something, and it's sounding suspect. You know what I mean? Because their whole promotion is kind of hindered too in the meantime. Like I said, I can't get too far into that without giving too much up. But it just sounds like this shit's getting canceled. Like I said, maybe there's a rare case where this is the first time, but I can't think of any situations where they took it this far. Promotion was suspended and all that. Tickets were allowed to be refunded right now, and then the fight still happened. It's just a lot. Like, for example, when they were investigating, Francisco Vargas, I don't remember all this shit happening. I don't remember the California State Athletic Commission filing an 8-page complaint against Francisco Vargas. I personally don't remember that. You know what I mean? I don't remember HBO not televising or saying, hey, we're not promoting this fight. I don't remember the StubHub offering Francisco Vargas Salido refunds and it being a public thing that's now been confirmed by CBS, the Las Vegas Review Journal, and ESPN. So it's all signs point to this shit getting canceled, to be honest. Again, we'll wait and see. Maybe this is a rare exception. I didn't think they would do this, but hey, rules are rules. Canelo really dropped the ball. Him and his team, his trainers or butchers or whatever. This is a bad look. Bad look. See, and a lot of people don't know what they're talking about, and they're saying all this stuff. Oh, it's not even like a steroid. This is listed as an anabolic agent. It improves respiratory functionality, increases lean muscle mass while helping you breathe and lose weight. And they said if you can notice because it's easier to get abs and stuff because of what it's doing for, you know what I mean? There's different stuff. I don't claim to be greater than I am, or if I'm not well versed on something, then I'll tell y'all. You know what I mean? But it's not looking good. Again, I'll report the news as it comes. If they say, you know what, Canelo, you dodged a bullet, then I'll make a video. But from what I've seen, this is very serious. And at first, I was under the impression, oh, the fight's gonna happen. Too much money. People are gonna lose millions of dollars. But I think this is just that. Like, the more I start thinking about it, the more I realize Nevada State Athletic Commission, they have a responsibility to use this fight because it's so big and to make a qualified decision, because if they don't, then it's going to make them look bad. If it if Canelo, if he's getting all this backlash and meat comics and meat memes and all this shit people are making, Golovkin's calling him a cheat on ESPN and say, hey, no, he's dirty and all this stuff, and there's all this negative attention, and then they say, oh yeah, you can fight him anyway, then it's gonna look like they're being showing favoritism for Canelo. And I think at the end of the day, everybody's gonna save their own ass. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna want their company, corporation, their state, their sanctioning body to look like they allowed for some shit to happen. And then now the fans are mad at them. Do you get what I'm saying? Because if the fight go, like, literally, I've seen people, I've done, you know, we got a popular channel. I've done several videos about it, and some people are like, cancel the fucking fight. Canelo's a cheater. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, people are gonna save their own ass. Like they're not gonna allow because Canelo's the A side or Golden Boy's gonna be pissed and then lose money because this could make them look bad if they let it slide beyond the cracks and they get negative feedback from it because they're like, oh, I can't believe you allowed this cheat. So unfortunately, the more I start thinking about it, the more I can understand why they cancel it because now, since it's such a high profile fight, they're gonna use this fight as an example. Because remember Eminem song on 8 Mile? He's like, you only had one shot, one opportunity. Would you capture it? Listen to that. This is the highest profile fight where this Clenbuterol shit has happened out of the ones that I can think of in recent memory. Danny Garcia, Eric Morales rematch. You know what I mean? Morales like 40 years old. Lucas Brown versus Shigave. They found out after the fight had already happened that Lucas failed for Clenbuterol. And that wasn't even that big of a fight anyway. Some of y'all probably to this day haven't seen it. Francisco Vargas, Orlando Salido. So more so than all those other previous Clenbuterol fights, this one, what they decide is all lies on the fight. This Clenbuterol test is more significant because more people know about it because it happened in a high profile fight. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I think the way I'm thinking of it now, the Nevada State Athletic Commission is looking at it as if like we got to make the right decision. And the right decision is probably rules are rules. Let's be consistent. Fuck who's mad. If Golden Boy loses money, if K2 loses money, if the fans don't get it, we got to set the standard right here and now because everybody's watching. Like 50 Cent said, you got to do something, baby. Nigga, everybody listening. Everybody's listening. Especially, I told y'all on the channel. Call me Mr. I Told You So. When Golovkin did that ESPN, hey, we should be at 200 likes. Smash the like button. When Golovkin did that ESPN rant, called him dirty, right? He called him dirty, said he's been cheating, said he's received photos from doctors, and no muscle development, doctors, injection, and all that. It made news and it made Triple G's team look great, but that might have been the straw that broke the camel's back because ever since that interview, after that point, now you hear a whole more vocal Nevada State Athletic Commission about, oh, Canelo's temporarily suspended. Oh, Canelo has an April 10th hearing. Oh, Canelo's April 10th hearing got canceled and now it's April 18th. So to be honest, I'm not blaming Golovkin for what was in Canelo's body. Pause. That sounded real weird. Not going to blame Golovkin what's in Canelo's. But you guys get what I'm saying. I'm not going to blame him for Canelo failing a drug test. But at the same time, when he ranted like that, that made the spot really hot. You know what I'm saying? It made the spot really hot. And now they have a due diligence, since everybody's watching, to set whatever standard. And if they let Canelo free and let this fight happen, then that could come back to them. And from what I've seen from from a corporate level, just working jobs, is companies they'll take the quick collateral damage. They'll even if it's a rough, someone got fired, but they'd rather do that than the whole empire come down. You know what I'm saying? Everything come crashing down. Shout out to Dr. Mafongo, $5 super chat. Ego, a lot is being made of. Trace amount found, but isn't that irrelevant? It only shows what's present at the time of the testing. Half-life matters. Once again, me personally, I'm not trying to be up here and act like I'm a doctorate on Clenbuterol or whatever. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm just going off of what I've heard and seen and various opinions, my own opinion, what's been written and affidavit, all that, right? A lot of people just, oh, it's only trace amounts. And you notice none of these channels that are talking about this Clenbuterol, no one was talking about Clenbuterol like this. No one was talking about Povetkin's meldonium. And then as soon as Povetkin fell for meldonium, everyone's a meldonium expert. Well, you see, Wolverine, he migrated from Canada First they gave him adamantium, then they put some meldonium, and everyone's just an expert on meldonium and clenbuterol now. You know what I mean? You don't know, most of these guys don't know shit about boxing in general, let alone details about clenbuterol. I see people dismissing, oh, clenbuterol, it's not even a steroid, it doesn't even help you like that. Why the fuck, why would people take it then? If it does nothing for, why are they injecting it into the horses? You know what I'm saying? Simple mathematics. Like, okay, I get it. There's tainted meat in China and Mexico. That's a true thing, right? But what would be the ranchers or the farmers' objective in taking their cattle or their horses or whatever the fuck and injecting this into it? So it has to be doing something. And if it benefits an animal, humans are mammals, we're animals. So at the end of the day, it's there has to be a reason. People, why would you just give your, you know what I mean? Like, why don't they just give the cow roofies or something that kills the cattle? If that's what you're doing. If you're a farmer, you're not going to just give, you're giving them clenbuterol for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you just give an ecstasy pill? Like, yeah, pop this perk, pop this Xanax, you fucking cat, you fucking cattle. You know what I mean? The reason why, because they're not trying to kill their cow, they're trying to bulk up the cow, or they want it to produce more milk. There has to be some reason. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, why don't you give the cow NyQuil and shit? The nighttime sniffling, sneezy, coffee, achy, stuffy head fever, so you can rest medicine. So there's a reason they're giving it clenbuterol. So once again, people jumping on the horn like, oh no, it doesn't do anything. There's no benefit. Then why give it to the cattle? Why would a rancher or farmer do that? If there's no benefit, it has to be some type of benefit. That's just how I see it. So anyway, it looks like this fight is fucked up. And I might go get me some Angus beef for all this steak talk. All this steak talk left me confused. Like, I might go get me a steak right now. I mean, I'll be cool by fight week next week. So that's the latest. That's what I know. Anyone have any questions that I didn't answer or that you want me to hopefully try to answer? And don't ask me the outcome because I clearly don't know. April 18th. Man, I'm about to get a burger, I think. Good job, Ego. A lot of good stuff. Canelo better go vegan. Steak with a side of clenbuterol. Man, this shit is fucked up. And I'm telling you, it's because Canelo, since he's the biggest star in boxing that has been recently linked to clenbuterol. So that actually makes it worse. See, you know, all these fighters would be like, hey, I'm the A side. This guy can get in the ring, he can't, and I call the shots, I walk out last, and my name top bill. But that's also one of the downsides to being the A side, is it's all eyes on you. Everybody's watching your whole movement. You know what I mean? Because when Lucas Brown, nobody even cared about it. Some of y'all didn't even know Lucas Brown had clenbuterol, a failed test with clenbuterol. Some of you guys may have known he failed a drug test, but you didn't know what it was. But now I see people knowing the name, knowing how to spell clenbuterol because it's been attached to a significant name. You know what I mean? It's just like the NBA. One of the probably the biggest players, LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? So if he had failed a PES test, that's gonna make global news because it's LeBron James. Or if he had like a domestic violence case, because it's LeBron James with that. So man, this shit sucks. You know what I mean? It sucks. Bottom line. And like I said, the more I keep thinking about it, the more I revert back to when I worked for somebody else. Like when I was a manager for a corporation, and situations like this, like let's say Pacquiao. When Pacquiao had a Nike endorsement deal, he was probably cool with the people at Nike. They know he's a terrific athlete, but when he said what he said about gay people, I do believe all the gays are worse than animal. Nike immediately cut ties because that they don't. This is what I'm talking about. That's a perfect example. Nike probably had no beef with Pacquiao. He's still a great athlete. He had probably done print ads and wore their shoes and sponsor. But Nike immediately dropped Pacquiao because he was under fire for that's what I've seen from companies. You know what I'm saying? Because he said that about gay people, and they're like, oh, 222, you got to get your 222 ass up out of here, because now it's reflection of the brand. You know what I'm saying? You guys are keeping him employed, paying him handsomely, paying him checks to promote, and then he's out here saying whatever, and that's not something that Nike stands by. So, and more often, the gays are the consumer of Nike. That's what I'm saying. Like, well, I don't. Nah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, I'm just agreeing. But what I'm saying is, when people go through this, the companies want to cut ties because they don't want that negative. Ray Rice, I think, when y'all seen the elevator video where he hit his girl or whatever, Ray Rice was on the Madden cover, or there were plans for him to be on the Madden cover. As soon as that happened, they're like, nope. And they put John Elway or somebody. They brought a player back from the old days to put Joe Namath or some shit, Johnny Utah from Point Break. They just removed him totally because they Madden game don't want to be affiliated with someone who's under stress and under scrutiny for hitting a woman, domestic violence. You got these feminists, and not just feminists, but like women's like rights groups and stuff protesting because the video was so violent. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to be associated with that. So I think this is one of the similar situations. It's just whether Canelo did it on purpose or didn't, it brought a lot of attention, negative attention, to the spotlight. So it's all, everyone's watching to see how Nevada State Athletic Commission does it. And if they let him fight, then it's gonna look like probably some favoritism, and you're not gonna be able to please everyone. But if you just keep it as consistent rule-wise as whatever, then at the end of the day, you don't, that benefits you, because you'd be like, hey, no matter how, if you're this size athlete or this size, if your star power is here or here, we're gonna treat you the same. And that's kind of what it is. You could fight in Mexico with one eye and take Clenbuterol in between rounds in Mexico. Wow. Yeah, because Antonio Margarito just fought Carson Jones, and his eye was finna fall out. Anyway, I'm about to go get something to eat. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm very disappointed with this whole Canelo situation, man. I was looking forward to the fight. Let's do one last push for the likes. We should, the replay will definitely be over 200. But again, thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for tuning in. I don't think I'm gonna do any more live streams today. What's today, Friday? Yeah, I probably won't do, I don't know. If I do, maybe a vampire stream, but I'm probably gonna just relax. I put out a lot of content, so probably just chill out, go out somewhere or something. And I'll definitely be back tomorrow for the Joshua fight. But thank you guys for the support. Smash the like button. I got some new gear for the channel. You guys should really be happy about it. Shout out to Money Pal III. Him and his son working hard. Everybody's just working, man. I got approved for the Lada versus Hurd fight, so I'm gonna. That's another reason why I probably won't do a live stream. I gotta pack and make sure I'm ready to leave by next week. The great thing about Vegas, though, is I live in California, so it's not too bad of a flight. You know what I mean? It's a 45-minute flight, but I still got to pack, still got to purchase the flight because I haven't checked none of that. What hotels you guys stay at when you're in Vegas? I want to see if it's one that I've been to. I've been to Vegas a million times. I can't do the drive. The drive from listen, if you live in LA, California is much bigger than people think. California is huge. For me to drive to LA, like if I just get in right now, it's gonna be bad. But if I left at like late at night where I could beat traffic, it'll take me about 6 hours to drive to LA. You know what I mean? 5.5 if I'm speeding and shit like that. But yeah, reasonable with one fill up, it'll take 6 hours. But to get to Vegas, 8 hours, 8.5 hours, especially if there's traffic, 8.5, 9 hours. I'm not doing and the one thing about driving to Vegas, I've done it with people, without people. It's a boring ass drive. Nothing cool to look at is because it's a desert. You know what I'm saying? It's a horrible drive, people. So I can't do it. And the thing is, I'm an Aries, so I'm kind of impatient or whatever. But I can be impatient. It's hard when I can get a flight for a reasonable price that's only 45 minutes. It's very hard as I've gotten older, very hard for me to want to get in a whip and drive for 8 and 9 hours anywhere when I can get to Vegas in 45 minutes, an hour. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to do that at this point because I used to go on road trips and stuff, but especially for fight week because I got credentials, so it's not like I can bring my boys or something, you know what I mean, or a girl. I'm not really bringing no girl to Vegas, and you know what I mean. So I would be driving 9 hours by myself. I could fly to New York in that time from Cali. So yeah, I'm not really a big fan on them long drives. Yeah, I've been to South Lake Tahoe, Tahoe. They have some good food and good clubs and everything. I like Tahoe. But yeah, I should be able to get a decent price flight. But thank you guys for tuning in. I drove from Vegas to Sacktown area. I left at 4 a.m. I got there at 1 or 2. Hella boring. It's not a good drive, people. And like I said, it's not even like a fun drive where there's scenery and it's not. So and on gas, you might, depending on what kind of car. And see, that's the other thing. I don't want to put hella extra miles on my car if I don't have to. It's not like I'm in a Bentley, but still, you know what I mean? So, peace out. I'm about to get something to eat. You guys enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Thank you for the support on the channel. I dropped some hotness, some videos. I dropped some on the Canelo suspension. Wilder said he's trying to catch a body. Tony Yoka interviews and some more stuff. Catch the replay of this live stream. I did another live stream. Catch the replay on that. We working, people. And it's beautiful. It's glorious. Yeah, I want to borrow Jamal's Bentley. That's funny. Take care, everybody. We the realists, Eagles Army, stand up. New media, stand up.